Over the last couple of days on my Twitter feed at David Chipman, I've noticed that a lot of people have questions about 3D printed guns, and also there are plenty of trolls rolling around. So I thought it would be fun to read some of those questions, some clearly more serious than others, and give you my best answer. Let's see what happens. Aren't the floodgates already open now that thousands of people have downloaded the file? Kind of seems like a Pandora's box situation. Yeah, I think it's true that certain files have been already handed out, but what we have to think about is that these files are going to get better over the time, more intricate, more lethal types of firearms. So I'm much more concerned not about the files released today, but the types of files that might be released in 5 years if we don't do something today to regulate that process. What will the round capacity be of the firearms? Well, that depends. Are you talking about today, tomorrow, or 5 years from now? I would say typically the round capacity of the guns today would be a single round, maybe two. But I would imagine as technology moves that these 3D printed guns will be able to function exactly like the guns you can buy today from a store. I want to know why our police departments aren't involved in stopping this. Well, perhaps you haven't heard about it, but I work with the International Association of Chiefs of Police, the Police Foundation, the Police Executive Research Forum, and all of these organizations that represent police leadership are looking at this issue. I think, like government, police organizations often move very slowly because they want to get issues right. And I would imagine as the weeks go on, you'll hear more from police speaking out about that issue. But that's one of the reasons I left ATF, is so I could speak out about issues that I knew about and the impact they would have on policing immediately. And that's why I'm doing this today. Hi, David. Hasn't the citizenry been legally able to manufacture non-NFA guns in their homes forever? Isn't the 3D freak out silly? Well, clearly this questioner knows a lot about guns. And what I will say to that is that yes, Americans have manufactured guns in their homes for decades. The question is that decades ago, you had to be very good with machinery. You had to know how to work with metals, and all the parts that you might need weren't readily available. So it was pretty hard to do. I don't know if I could build a gun myself, even though I carried one my entire career. Then more recently, companies started selling parts, and it became a lot easier to build your own gun. In fact, the term was given to this called ghost guns, and people would go to parties where people would help you build them. But this is a real game changer. We've never seen the ability to download a gun, and that means having a file, plugging it into a printer that acts like a computer, and with the press of a button, you would have a gun. And I do watch the trolls on my internet feed, and although half the trolls say this is a nothing burger, the other half say that they have now successfully undercut the value of every gun law in America. And so I'm going to take their word at it that this has serious implications, and we should talk about what we want to do now and not just react to some horrible event in the future.